This one is quick. Teachers know this. This was a study done by Dr. Mehrebian in UCLA sometime in the 80s. And his context was that why do some people have much more impact and engagement when they speak while others do not, even if they have the same subject matter, the same content? Because the one who has more impact and engagement is using his whole being to connect. Body, mind and soul, tone, facial expression, everything is in it. Yeah, he realized that. While the others who kind of hold themselves back and still deliver the content do not make a larger impact. Are you with me? So people who are animated, yeah, you need to do that. And you can get that energy from you by doing the exercise you just did. You need to energize yourself every now and then, because communication is sound energy. It's visual energy. It's physical energy that's transferred. If I laugh, you laugh. If I don't laugh, you will not laugh out either. Now, technique on how do you do that? This is something that most of my students, I don't like to call them students, they love it. And I didn't see teacher Yvette come up and talk, but I saw her finish up speaking. But I've seen Sister Corey speak many times. Here's what she does. Here's Tita Corey. What she does is whenever she comes up to speak, she takes the mic, she turns around and starts talking. How many of you do that? Lots of you do that. Yeah? There is something essentially wrong with that. What is wrong with that is that when you come up here and you go and talk, people, the law of primacy, yeah, brain skills, you are not ready for that person to speak. Because your mind, as your focus, takes a little while to turn your attention towards me. It takes a little while. Why? Because it is churning other things. And while I'm walking here, it's watching my back, thinking about the other speaker, and so I go and I start conversation. It's like I'm getting into your life, you're not ready for it. Yeah? This is where the power of silence, this is where the power of pause comes in. It's very important. So every time you come up, as a teacher, as a preacher, as a business person, you first come and let yourself be seen, not heard. 55 plus 38 plus 7. Body first, gesture second, voice third. Are you with me? Physical, big presence first, tone, facial expression second, words last. Because if words come and they haven't seen you, they haven't connected with you, the words that you speak up will be lost. Very, very important. I call this the 3P process. So the first thing you do, you come up, you stand. I took a lot of time sitting down. I let myself be exposed for the longest time. Every time she was asking me, Raju, are you ready? You were all watching me, not listening to her. Is it true? Yes. That's a trick I played on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a trick I played on her. It's not a trick, it's a science. It's a science. Because people watch more than they hear. So because I was sitting behind her, I was like a PowerPoint. Yeah? So people watch the PowerPoint, they forget the speaker. So every now and then she was concerned about the PowerPoint behind her. So number one, come and make yourself the PowerPoint. Make yourself the visual first. Let them see you. Let them size you up. Because your physiology will speak. How proudly do I stand? Yeah? Like a pit bull. Yeah? Do I stand like a pit bull or do I stand like a Labrador? That makes an impression. Yeah? So come and plant yourself in such a way that you be seen and you can look at them too, except for that person over there who sees the idiotic side of me. Yeah? Never allow audience to sit behind you because they don't get the whole picture. Yeah? So first thing is plant yourself and pause. In that moment of pause, everything that you need to speak for the next 60 minutes will come on the forefront, on the desktop of your conscious mind. Does that make sense? Because we start speaking, then we look for words and thoughts. No. Sort them up, put the screen, put the, what's it called? Prompter. Teleprompter in front of your head, in your forehead, and then speak. So plant, yeah, for a good 10, 15, 20 seconds. Some Indian gurus, some pastors and preachers, if you watch them, they'll come and stand and they'll do, kamusta kayo? Yeah, they don't speak. Why? They create the connection, then speak. Pause enough to quell anxiety. Enough. 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Anxiety is a fact. When I was on TV a while ago with Keith's parents, both were anxious. We were chugging water before the cameras went on. Anxiety is normal. It's part of your being. You've got to find alignment between what you're feeling, sensing and thinking and between what you will do. Once that alignment comes, then you are able to project better. So the third step is project. This is a fact, this is a story. There's a story behind it. There's an anecdote behind it. Ron Kaufman, one of the persons I idolized 10 years ago, is a very popular speaker in Asia. He speaks about customer service. He talks about customer service. And 12 years ago, I attended a very large seminar. And I was very eager to learn stuff. So I was there at 7:45. No other people from the audience were there. And I went to the boys' room and I saw this little runt of a man. A small Jewish man in jeans and t-shirts. And he was fixing the wires, he was fixing the camera, and he was checking the cables under the carpet. And I thought, who's that guy? I've never seen a white guy work in Shangri-La Plaza. And so he was fixing stuff, and then we both went to the boys' room. I said, you must be the speaker's helper. And he said, yeah man, it's another day, another dollar. I work for the speaker, I do things for him, I clean up, I prepare the charts, etc. before he comes up on stage. And I said, man, that must be a tough job. He says, yeah. So I was sitting in the front row, 9 a.m., the first speaker announced, introduced, Mr. Ron Kaufman. And the same runt in jeans who I met in the bathroom comes up in a nice blue suit. And he looks at me and he goes, hello. So that was a first impression, and I learned from him that people who get paid $10,000 are concerned about how this hangs. So as a speaker, as a teacher, the responsibility is not of the event manager, of the administration, of the school, it's yours. Are you with me? You have to take charge. You are responsible because you are the change creator. You are the person who's hammering in the nails. Yeah, if somebody doesn't give you a good hammer, not their fault. Your fault. This is something I always recommend. Across the world, rooms are created like this. Long. There's a flow in this. There's a physical. There's a scientific flow in this. How does sound travel? How does sound travel? In circles. So when it travels in circles, why do I have people sitting so far out in my circle? Shouldn't they be in the closer circle? So there's a physical and a kinesthetic connection. We create a non-kinesthetic connection with those poor little girls in the back. They are in the shadow, they don't see my face, I don't see their face, they have no idea what's going on, they leave. Yeah, that's why the back rows, the back benchers suffer. You know, we blame them, it's not their fault. It's how you set up the room. Architects don't know this. I mean, we all know that how acoustics work. So this is very important. And I always request that my room be set up like that, if I get the chance to do that.